Good morning. It's Nancy today. Well, before I get up and start my day, I thought I would have a little talk with you. Good morning. It's another day. It's Monday. I love Mondays. I love my life. I have a wonderful life. I'm so blessed. Well, I was going to tell you about the videos I've been uploading just yesterday. I went to the pond and I took my underwater camera. It's a Fujifilm shock, water, dust, freeze-proof camera. It's a little blue Fujifilm camera. Anyway, it's really a nice little camera. It only has 5x zoom, but I had it and I put it just below the surface of the water and just above the surface so you could see the water jumping. Oh, it was so wonderful watching. I just love watching the way the water looks like that. And um, when it rains really hard, well, when it rains a little bit, you get these little tiny bubbles. Oh, the head of a pin, and they roll between the raindrops. They're rolling around. It's almost like there's one for between each raindrop. Every raindrop makes one little bubble. And when it rains really hard, then you get these big bubbles. And so you have the pond dotted with these big bubbles. They're about that high. And then the raindrops in between. And it was interesting. I was trying to see if all the little raindrops all the little bubbles that were skimming the top, that were rolling on the top of the water, if they would collect to make those big ones. But it didn't rain again after I had started realizing that and watching that. Anyway. So I made these videos of watching it rain. And it was so nice. So that's what's being uploaded now. I made a few videos, 3 of them. I think that you have to watch through, like one of them was pretty long. I think it was 15 minutes long. And if you're not going to watch the whole thing, check as you go through it, like just click to the various parts of the video, because I start seeing something else and filming something else that was really interesting. Well, I forget what it was now or at what point, but it seems like 5 minutes before the end, I started filming. What I was filming changed. And then, when I wasn't filming and it was still raining, I saw this triangle. It looked like about the shape of a bullfrog, and maybe not quite as big as a huge bullfrog, but I don't know, about that big and about that tall. It was a triangle, and it was angled upward out of the water. Let me see now. That would be the vertical part, and that would be the triangular part. Can't keep my finger straight. How would I show it to you? Oh, okay. Like that. It was sticking up out of the water like that. And I watched it, I looked at it, and I realized it was the head of one of those huge centurion turtles. Imagine, one of those huge tortoises is in my pond. Oh well. And there's a lot of the pond that is not very deep, because the pond is so flooded now. This whole year, it's never gone down. So a lot of the pond is over the edge. It's on the whole road that goes alongside the pond, the flat area. So that is about, I would say, 18 inches to a foot below the surface. It's really deep in the pond. And the rest of the pond, is 7 feet deep. And as I swam yesterday, there was no cold water anywhere. Like down at my feet, it was like I was treading water vertically. And there was no cold water. There's 5 icy springs that feed that water. But it was so warm. It was amazing. Just amazing. Anyway, but there's also this turtle. I was standing there, or something, at the end, at the, um, if you go down the pond, you get sort of near the far end of it, and then there's a shallow area. It was only a few inches deep, right? And now it's, I don't know, a foot and a half deep or something. But anyway, I was down there at the end where it goes from being deeper to shallower. And actually, it was more like 3 feet deep there. Whatever. So, I felt this something go past me. And it was like a push of the water against my back. And I thought that was strange. I turned and looked around. There was nothing there. And then yesterday, I felt something go past me. Like really go past me, beside me. And it was, this is before I saw the turtle head. And then I turned around really fast to see what had gone by. And because you can feel the water move beside you. And anyway, one of these centurion turtles, they displace a lot of water. They're about a foot wide and a little longer and maybe 5 inches tall. And they're powerful beasts, really powerful turtles. Anyway, but it went by pretty quickly. And then I saw the water movement. It was a still surface, and I could see the movement of the water going on top. Not like with a beaver where you see the head at the front and then the V on both sides of it. But I could just see sort of the ripple effect from beneath the water, like not breaking the surface. And it was about a foot underwater or so. Well, maybe, yeah, because it went by about at my chest level or something. It was beside me. Anyway, and I was sitting or squatting or something. I was down, so the water was up to my neck. So it was about a foot under the surface, and it was just motoring right past. And anyway, and as I watched, I kept eye out for this afterwards, wondering what was that. I mean, it was like it was a huge fish, is what I thought at first. I knew he did not have huge fish in there, and I thought, well, what in the world is in here? It was like a barracuda, what's going on? And then I remembered, of course, the turtles from the stream climb out onto the gravel road. It's mostly a sand road. And they lay their eggs in the sand. And then when they hatch, they all go to the water. And so this one, after they lay their eggs, they walk back to the stream. And they plop down into the stream. Well, this one must have come and walked back down into the pond. Or maybe he just went for an adventure. Maybe he could see the silver light of the pond. You know, at night the pond is always silver. The water's silver, no matter how dark it is. Just the reflection of the sky is not actually black. Not as black as the ground is when you're walking in the dark. Anyway, so we have a tortoise, well, a huge snapping turtle in the pond. And I did research them, and they don't go after you. You don't have to be afraid of them biting your toes. They're going to stay at the bottom and avoid you as much as possible. But probably because there was so much activity when it was raining, I guess he was up off of the bottom because of the rain, and it was dark. No, it was not dark. It was just, it was, because of the rain, it wasn't sunny. But he was very content to be up near the surface. And I watched later from my little dock, and he came up for air 2 or 3 times during the rain. It was raining pretty hard when he surfaced. How long can they stay under? Do they ever have to come up? And he was up, and he came up a few times. I have to do more research about turtles. There's just not that much where I looked to explain their life cycle to me. Anyway, so that's my new quest of the day, is to investigate the turtle more and see if I can spy on the turtle from up on the mounds of soil that overlook the pond. Maybe I can use my zoomy camera and zoom down in and see if I can see through the water. Polaroid lenses are good if you want to see through the water. But the water's not clear. The water is, it is greenish. It's a light green. Like I don't open my eyes underwater a lot. I guess I do sometimes. I don't swim underwater a lot. But anyway, I guess with my camera, if you get down near the bottom, you can see with the camera. So I tried to film with the camera near the bottom. Go scouting to see what the camera could see that I can't. But if you do see something, you don't know what it is, right? Or where it was in relation to the pond, if you're swimming along with the camera. That Fujifilm camera does not do so well when you're moving. When you're moving, it makes awesome photos. It makes awesome still videos. They're so clear. Oh my, so beautiful. Anyway, I guess I've been rattling on a lot. So have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.